I'm in the Miata. I realized I didn't have any videos of me actually driving the thing. I drove it all week to work and back. Put over 100 miles on it so far. It's been good. It's a little bit, you know, tight and cramped in here, for me at least. Not terrible, but it did have a really sloppy shifter, so I ordered the rebuild kit. I rebuilt the shifter yesterday. It's all good and tight now. I did swap the steering wheel with the steering wheel in my Skyline because I liked the wheel better that was in this, so I put it in the Skyline. I did an oil change yesterday. It's good to go. So what I'm going to do is take the old dragy out. I'm going to make a dragy pass or two, see what this thing runs. Only because I want to know if the CT70 is faster than this in the quarter mile, which I'm pretty sure the CT70 is faster than this. But I want the proof. This thing makes maybe like 95 horsepower to the wheels. It's got stock exhaust, stock intake. The whole drivetrain is 100% stock. All it's got is wheels and suspension. I just filled the gas tank. It's 100% full. I've got 2 miles on the full tank, so there's some extra weight. But I'm gonna go see what it does in the quarter mile. Put your guesses in, I guess. I'm gonna guess at least high 16, low 17 at probably 80 some miles an hour, maybe. I don't know, but I'm gonna leave the top on because this is metal and the dragy magnets to that pretty good. So I'm gonna leave that on until the dragy runs are done at least. And I'm also not gonna launch this thing like hard because I'm pretty sure this thing still has the original clutch in it. I don't wanna launch it too hard and break it. It already is up for sale, so I don't wanna risk, you know, breaking something. So I'm gonna launch it nice and kind of like I did the Skyline. I didn't launch that thing very hard either, but I'm just gonna take it easy on the launch and then just go from there and just get an idea of what it runs. So let's go out and see. Not sure how good you'll be able to see, but there's not many options for mounting a camera to windows in this thing, so side window it is. The thing is so slow though, like when you launch it, it's like because the power's so low that like even when you launch it, it can't push itself into it. It's just like bogging. Second gear's all jumpy, the same reason. But this thing can go around a roundabout like nobody's business, which is what I'm going to do right now while I turn around to do this again. Grip into the road. Slow. I'll do another one of these days probably. I'm just gonna do the one now. There's way too much cars out in traffic. But this is how you lower the top. That's it. That quick. Not as quick to put it up, but it goes down, what, 2 seconds? Yeah, this thing is piss slow. It's fun, it handles good, but it's slow. drivable car, but it needs 200 horsepower. The 90 something it makes right now, not enough. It needs 200, and this thing would be a blast. Like if this be the same power the Skyline made, something like this small, it'd be so much fun. So I'm debating on keeping this thing and either turbocharging it, supercharging it, doing a swap in it. I don't know yet. I really need an SUV, but this thing is a lot more fun than I thought it was going to be when I first got it. I was expecting to just sell it right away, but I'm having almost too much fun in this thing. I mean, this thing's just like, with the suspension and wheels on it, it handles so good. Like, I don't think I've ever drove a car that grips the road better than this thing does right now. That's what makes it fun. You can take corners in town, second gear wide open. It won't kick out and get sideways. It won't understeer at all. It just grips and takes corners, which is like, that's what makes it fun. It's not fast, but it sticks to the road better than almost anything I've driven, if not better than anything I've driven. But the handling, if this thing had 200 horsepower or more, but at least 200, this thing would be a blast. And I'd probably keep it. But it's already for sale. Gotta get some money back. I'll explain that in a second as soon as I pull in at my house. I'm thinking I kind of want to try a burnout. See if it'll do it. It probably won't, but... No, I mean, sort of. Like, I wanted to do like a burnout. It might, if I got on the brake fast enough and got the RPMs a little higher. I don't know if the clutch would actually even do it or not, or the power, but... Show you under the hood real quick. It's nothing to write home about. Also, this thing had a wrap on it. The hood and the headlights had a gray wrap. I didn't like it. I wanted everything white. And when I started to peel the wrap off, paint started to come with it, because these things came with a single stage paint job from the factory back then, and they're just not the greatest thing ever. So I wasn't lying. Here she is in all her glory. We got factory airbox, factory intake, factory exhaust all the way back. Like, there's nothing done under the hood other than valve cover's been painted and you can see the suspension through there. Other than that, 100% stock under the hood. Nothing. Those might be some aftermarket plug wires, but I wouldn't even count that as anything. It's got 102,000 miles on it. Timing belt, all that was done at 90,000. Plus, again at 100,000, the head was off to get resurfaced and some seals and stuff replaced. So she runs good. It's really clean. I don't know if I already mentioned it or not, but the plan is to get rid of this. I'd love to keep it, but I need an SUV. This is basically, I paid $7,500 for the mini truck, lost money getting the bike. The Miata market right now is like ridiculous. In my area, at least, I've done some research. Every Miata with anywhere from like 80 to 120,000 miles on it, as long as it's clean, as long as it's 5-speed, they're selling from anywhere from 7 to 9,000. This has got 102,000 on it. Brand new Enki wheels. They're dirty, but there's zero scratches on them or anything like that. Brand new tires. This thing is rust free. I've been underneath of it. Super clean. It's a Florida car. So my plan for this is basically just to regain the money I lost buying the mini truck. So I put this up for $7,500. Stay firm on the price. See if anybody wants it. I mean, it's a good car. I've been driving it for the last week. I've had zero issues with it. drives great. Actually drives better than the Skyline. I think the Skyline with the new wheels has a little bit of a steering wheel shake because the wheels need to be balanced a little bit. This thing drives, I mean, 80, 90 miles an hour, whatever. Smooth, no shakes, no nothing. It's actually really nice. So I'm gonna try to regain my money back on this and get some kind of SUV, like, you know, 4Runner or something like that. But if I do decide to keep it, which I haven't decided yet. Oh, that's cool. It's got a little port there. I haven't decided yet, but if I do, this thing's definitely going to get either a turbo, or if I can find a used supercharger kit, or swap something into it. This thing needs 200 horsepower. It's just what it needs. It'd be an absolute blast. But long term, I don't plan on keeping it. If I do happen to have it, when winter rolls around, it's getting put in my storage unit, forgetting I have it until next spring, and then either try to sell it again or start spending way too much money for 200 horsepower. Because no matter what way you look at it, turbocharged, supercharged, you're going to be spending at least $2,000 for the 1.6 to make 200 horsepower, which is, in a Honda you can do that in like $400. This thing gonna cost more, but then it'll be worth more. It'll be more fun. So don't know yet, but I guess we'll see. But yeah, I just want to take this out quick before I put the video up actually driving it. So yeah, there it is. I guess we can look at the dragy real quick. So here it is. It doesn't look like I let off when that guy pulled out. I think the run was already done, so it should be good. 18.7 at 73.72 miles an hour. It did the 60 foot in 2.9, which is actually better than I thought. 330 foot in 7.93. The 8th mile was a 12.0 at 58 miles an hour. 1,000 foot was a 15.67 at 68. So the miles per hour is right there with the CT70. I think the best was like a 77 on the CT, but pretty average. It hits like 72, 76. But the time on a bad day for the CT, that's like a really bad run. Usually I'm in the 17s if it's bad, 16s if it's not terrible, and then really high 15s on a good run. So it's very slow, but it's also a 93, completely stock. So what more can you expect? But yeah, that's it.